So let's look at animation. Here's the animation that I'd like to create. What I've got is a scarecrow object on the page, and I want to have a little bird fly in and rest on the scarecrow's arm. Notice also that the bird gets bigger as it flies in. So here I've got my elements on the page, and these happen to be objects that I've copied and pasted from Illustrator, but I could have used text or images or anything that's in InDesign. I've got my scarecrow in position, and I've got the bird off the page. That's because I want him to fly in and appear on the page. So I've got my bird. I look at my animation panel. There's the name of the object, which I named in the Layers panel, and the preset that I'm going to choose is from this large list. You can see I've got a lot to choose from, but what I'm going to choose, since it's a bird, I'm going to have it fly in from the left. So once I do that, you can actually see the little butterfly fly in from the left to let me know what this animation looks like. Now, when I have this here, I've got my animation, and you can see that there's this green line next to the bird. That green line is the motion path. That's the green line that the bird flies from. And I want him to fly over to the shoulder. What I need now is to set some of the attributes of this animation. First thing is how fast or how long the animation is going to play. Instead of 1 second, I'm going to make it 2.5. I can also have the bird fly in several times, but I'm not going to do that. The speed is actually something like acceleration in your car. You can have something where it eases in or it eases out, so it starts and builds up, or it eases out, it's fast and it slows down, or it can ease in and out. I'm going to choose ease out. It's going to slow down at the end. Now I would like to preview this. Rather than export it, I'm going to bring in my SWF preview panel and just click. I've got the preview panel rather big here. This is the play, and you can see there's the bird flying in. I'll just close this up. Well, we're on a start. Okay, it's starting here, but I think I need some other things happening. So I'm going to click for the properties, and I'm going to say, instead of animating to the current location, I'm going to have it go from the current appearance. And you can see here that my motion path has changed so that it's flying in from the left, but it's staying small here. Now the reason for that is that I want the bird to get bigger as he comes onto the arm, which would be as if he was getting closer to the viewer. So I'm going to have him come in at 300%. But I'd like to see where the bird at 300% is going to be. Here's a really cool little trick. Show animation proxy. And there's my bird. And what I can see here is the bird is a little bit further down on the arm. So I can move this up. And there's the animation proxy. Now, one thing I might want to do is have this motion path kind of come in and out. All right, so instead of a straight line, I'd like to have a little curve to my line. What I need to do now is take my direct selection tool and click on that motion path. This now looks just like a regular path that I might use in InDesign. What I need is a point here and a point there. This isn't a regular point. This is actually the center point of this path, so don't try to move that. What I'm going to do is switch to my pen tool. There's the add a point, and there's another add a point. And now when I'm in my convert direction tool, I can drag this like so, and then drag this one like so. So I've got a bird that's going to follow a little curving path. I can switch back, and there you can see the motion path coming up and down. Let's look at what that looks like. Open my SWF preview, click play. Oh, that's pretty good. I do want to lower that bird at the end. So what I'm going to do is just drag the motion path ever so slightly down. Click on that object. That looks perfect. Finally, what I want to do is say this event is going to play on the page load, or I could have it play on page click. Going to have it play on page click. Now here's something that confused me. It still says on page load, which means that it would first play when the page is visible and then play on the click. I'm going to turn off on page load, so it's only on page click. There's my scarecrow. Nothing is playing, but when I come and click on the page, the animation plays.